Je m'appelle iCarly.
Do I look like the Mona Lisa? Say yes.
Oui.
Mona Lisa, smile.
Mona Lisa smile. She got Betty Davis
She got Betty Davis.
You look like Le Jojo.
Siwa.
Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à our review of Drag Race France saison 4, episode 3.
That's how many fingers I'm missing.
Whoa, Mona Lisa.
Episode 3.
Get into that gig. At the top of the episode, if you're watching this, I just have to acknowledge that I am coming to you live from the house of Bob the Drag Queen, No Do Drag No More. I'm very sorry. It's my roommate's birthday this weekend, and we've been having a bunch of people over, so I didn't have time to get into drag, do this, and then take it off, and then get back into this face because we have a party tonight. I promise I'll be back in drag next week, but today my blush is here instead of here, and that's really the only difference. I'm very sorry.
You are giving drag queen turned he him YouTuber.
Au revoir tout le monde. We'll see you next week.
I am on the podcast with Mr. Beast.
Mr. Gila Monster.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
I went on Beast Games.
I want a Beast Burger right now.
What?
How are
What is
you?
that?
Oh wait, that's his. He has like a fast food chain that's called Beast Burger. You can get it on DoorDash and stuff. I've never had it. I am gonna say.
In the words,
but I
the
think
words,
it's funny.
the wise words of Meg Stalter.
Get me out of here! In the wise words of Gia Gunn, they're taking temperatures at Toast.
I was just trying to have brunch with my friends. They're in town.
I was
taking
just
temperatures, and I run warm. And they wouldn't let me in. I run warm, and they wouldn't let me in.
I was just at Toast with my friends, and we just started toasting. Je m'appelle Banaba Honeydew, and
I am Starboy Images reporting live
oui.
from the green room.
Starboy Images from the crack rooms, everybody.
No, don't say crack. Don't say.
Say crack again. That was not crack.
I know.
Can we talk about crack? Next time. Let's take a break.
We were talking about.
Not
so previously
crack.
on Drag Race France.
Okay, let's get into this episode. Let's get into this episode because I thought that I had my own journey with this episode, and then Max texted me and was like, this episode kind of funky. And I said, all right, it kind of is. We also were supposed to film 2 days ago, and we have pushed it back because we both were just like, we're not feeling this. But we're feeling it today.
The day of the
Yeah.
episode. The episode drops at 1 our time, and literally we hit play on at 1:05, and we're
And
watching
then we
the
record
episode.
at 4.
And then now today it is Saturday at 2:30.
Saturday.
Because Saturdays are for the.
Saturday. Wait,
No,
what's Saturday in French? Samedi.
Well, how is that Saturday? But you said Sunday.
Samedi. With a M.
So someday.
Someday I'll be. How are we?
Living in a
We're literally 5 minutes in, and I think we've sang about 7 songs.
And you should leave them all in because we're saying them so bad that they're not going to copyright strike us.
The YouTube A1 is not gonna get me, ho. The YouTube A1 is not gonna get me.
Can I get a side of A1? Can I get a side of A1 sauce?
Can I?
Nope, not singing that.
Anyway.
Oh?
Can I get a Mac? Okay. Shut up. Okay. Let's get into this episode because I was talking in here. Shut up. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. This episode was Wackadoodle, McGee, McGillicuddy, Dupree, Davenport.
Yeah.
Para mí. Pour moi.
It was. I forgot I was supposed to be talking. It was kind of yeah. It was kind of bad. It was kind of weird. It was kind of It was fun, but it wasn't. I laughed. I cried. I peed a little. I was a little
Describe it
confused.
good.
Full size or mini? So I was
Full
trying to
size or
figure
mini?
out. I don't know. I also don't think I had the context for the for a lot of what was going on
Oh
because
yeah,
I
no,
don't
she
understand.
definitely didn't.
I didn't know now was I thought that they just made that musical up because they just thought it was so funny, and then I saw a tweet about saying, I saw this tweet, insert it here or don't. Somebody said that the France crown, the Drag Race France crown, looks like the crown that got stolen out of the Louvre, like right before they shot Drag Race France. I didn't even know
Mm-hmm.
that happened, and then this lady over here told me that that's what the premise of the musical. I said that is crazy. How are
Mm-hmm.
you supposed to know the context if the context is not given to you? Because I don't know the context of. You exist within the context of what did she say? All
You
that
think
came before
you?
you.
Yeah, the
I
coconut
didn't
tree,
know. I
coconut
didn't.
water. Sorry.
And you should be. And you know what? You should be. No, I didn't know what was going on. So it was like it was just a standalone episode to me, and I don't know what the freaking heck was going on. But let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I just gotta get into it, yeah. That's like 9 songs. Okay, no more songs, no more songs. Let's get into it. So
Last
the
time they eliminated our girl Malouide, and this time we had the we're really good at picking the top. We have the mat Bilat Boy. We have the curse as well. We
mm-hmm.
said these are all of our favorite people, and then they said boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're like,
Nikki
oh my
Doll said,
gosh,
"Oh, you know that thing you want to win? Well, let me tell you, they're never gonna get it."
you remind me, your outfit. It's like as if your grandmother said, go into my closet and get my ugliest sweater, and then you don't want to give her the ugliest sweater, so you go into her closet and you get the second ugliest sweater. And then you pull that one and you think this'll do. And then you give her that second ugliest sweater. And that's what you remind me of. That was my impersonation of Ross Matthews giving a critique.
My impression of Ross Matthews giving critique is, um,
You guys, the sound is turned off. What is she saying? I'm at the doctor's office.
yeah, they eliminated Malouit, and we were very upset. We love you, Malouit. So this episode starts off obviously after Malouit's elimination, and we see Holly White erase the mirror message. You know that TikTok sound that's like ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
These
Thank
messages are these mirror messages. The last couple internationally have been cracking me up because
God.
the
Mm-hmm.
like Pythia got eliminated on Canada and she just said like you're welcome. She just like you're welcome. And then Maluide got eliminated. She said forever in her story. Love you. Like these
Love
people.
you.
Nobody's writing soliloquies no more. Nobody's writing
No.
poems no more. Nobody's
Well,
writing curses on the walls no more. She just said, okay.
we'll get into it, but this episode, that the bitch who got eliminated used like 4 mirrors. I was like, I didn't even know the workroom was this big. She was writing on one, and then she was drawing on the other one, and then she would take a step back. It was crazy.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, the girls come in. They say, oh, they're sorry for Malavit. Holly White reads the message, all 5 words of it, 5, and then she erases it. And the only thing that I have written down for this section is I didn't see who it was, but Holly White basically is like, oh yeah, this is so weird, like having to like erase a mirror message, because most people when they get on Drag Race they're like, I'm gonna win, and they don't see themselves at least in the bottom, so like you don't imagine really yourself like wiping off a mirror message. So she says it's so weird. She's like, yeah, it's weird like interacting with the mirror message, and then somebody random says, don't worry, you'll write one. And I said, damn, the girls are coming for each other. It was so funny.
I did not
And I
catch
laughed and laughed and
that.
laughed.
The only thing I wrote down is they cut to Daisy confessional because after I think they were de-dragging, they cut to Daisy and she just said, Daisy is finally in position.
Yeah. I like Daisy. I'm liking Daisy
Scary.
more and more, which
Scary.
is kind of like, okay, it's how you have to be in a
like a Simpson.
competition.
I look like a Simpson.
Sometimes I feel like my cat looks like the cat from The Simpsons. That's a side note we can talk about another time.
Scrappy? No. Scoopy?
Scrumpy? What's his name? Scratchy.
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 No.
Itchy and scratchy. Itching and burning. Itching and burning. Scratching and itching. Scratching and itching. That's about 11 songs.
What's going on?
We've literally sang more than one song per minute that we've been recording.
We did not care about this episode. Sorry, y'all. Well, we do.
Sorry. No, we do. We're going to get to it. But yeah, Daisy, I mean, it's kind of how you have to be in a competition. Like, yes, you're sad that the girls are getting eliminated and people's dreams are getting crushed or whatever, but like everybody that gets eliminated is also one step toward you're winning. Like, if it wasn't you that got eliminated, it's kind of like, well, damn, I love Malouit, she was very important, whatever, but like, she gotta go so I can win. Like, after this, we can kumbaya and we can swing on the swing set and braid our hair and kick our feet, but like, right now, it's like, well, Malouit she wasn't doing, well, I think she was maybe in the top for the first episode, but like, she didn't do well for the second episode, obviously, because she got sent home, but like, she was kind of fierce competition. She just had a weird slip up. And to get someone like Malouit out second is like very sad, obviously, but it is kind of like, okay, well, fucking fierce, let's go. You know,
yeah,
I'm going.
If she would have kept going, I would have been scared for everybody else. To be honest, the same thing with Pythia and Canada All Star, because I'm like, you know, they both. I mean, we don't know a lot of Malouit within the confines of Drag Race, you know, yet. But, like, even just being like, ooh, like, episode or two, and including promos, which obviously shot after, whatever. But, like, to be like, ooh, you seem like a fierce competitor. And then they got rid of her. One little slip up, and then the girl said, okay, bye. Like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk, like, but this season, the girls are so good that, like, it's kind of crazy. And also, I will always also have to say this episode was my least favorite so far, but I still thought it was a good episode. Like, this season is just so well produced. And, like, everyone's so talented and things are so good that it truly is, like, I don't know, on All Stars 11 when they said Joey J's gold buttons didn't fit or whatever, but then she still was safe. Like, if that was France, she probably would have got sent home for that because it's so, like, the details are so important. I also wrote down Daisy just randomly starts coming for Azemilia, which I've worked with queens that give the same energy as Azemilia, and I can understand. It's just a little like showboaty, like that kind of thing. Obviously, I don't know this girl, and I like her in the competition, but I can see it just felt like it was so random that Daisy was just randomly coming for Azemilia, kind of hard.
Yeah, is that the like next day opening table talk situation? Or was that still?
Yes.
Okay, because I wrote down something too. It wasn't that, but I wrote down. The Harpy, she was saying that she hopes to do really well this week. And then I wrote down some of the girls said Azemilia wasn't camp enough and that she should have been in the bottom. I didn't write down the name. But, like...
Yeah, I disagree.
They just kind of I just felt like, yeah, kind of out of nowhere. They're like, good morning. We're having an amazing day. Hey, so you actually were horrible last week.
And then they were also like, and it wasn't just me that thought so. This person thought so, and this person thought so, and this person thought so, which is just a mind game because at the end of the day,
it's nice.
RuPaul's Drag Race, you don't have to impress anyone but Ru. And so, like, Drag Race France, if Nikki Doll says, congratulations, you're in the top, if 7 bitches didn't like what you did, what are you supposed to be like? Well, my peers didn't like it, so I'd be like, thank you, and I'm in the back of the stage. So it's just kind of like mind games-ish. I think they just see her as like good competition because she slaughtered the first episode and she did really well last episode too. And I think they just see her as good competition. They see her as very confident. And so they're trying to like chip away at her a little bit.
Yeah, it
just felt unprompted, but
yeah,
I don't know.
The golden baguettes.
The golden baguettes.
The golden baguettes.
So we were guessing last week who we thought Malouit was going to give it to. I think I said Fluffy or Daisy was who I thought she would give it to. Do you remember who you said?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. I don't remember who I said.
I don't remember.
I might have said Fluffy, or I might have said
I think you
Margaret.
said Margaret, yeah, and Fluffy.
I think Miss Marg, because I was
Margarita.
nervous for her because I feel like they kept being like, you're fierce, but you're like missing the mark a little. So I was like, that'd be fierce to like keep her in by giving her it. But no, it went to Miss Holly White.
Holly White, which means we have to see Holly White for at least one more episode.
Why do you say that like you don't want to continue seeing her dragoonery?
Because she dressed like an 8-year-old, and I also didn't know that when Holly White was announced, she got immediate backlash because she does blackface sometimes. And I did not know. So if you knew that and you were watching this, obviously she didn't know either. I didn't know. Actually, speaking of Matt Bielek, we had dinner a couple nights ago, and I was informed of the situation. So Holly White, even without that, she's not my favorite. But with that, she's definitely not my favorite. And I don't know if she still does it or if she did it in the past or like what the situation is. I just know that lady. Yeah. So, but we got to see her for another episode.
They should do like they did on Down Under. They should make her have an apology on public air and not eliminate her. Remember when they did that on Down Under? They said
yes,
RuPaul said,
and then they sent her to the finale anyway.
Yeah, he said. So I learned that you did blackface. You want to apologize for that or like what? Oh.
RuPaul said, I have some concealer you can borrow. It might be too late for you. But yeah, so I did not know. So if you
that's kind of crazy.
If you knew that and you were like, why aren't they commenting on it? I didn't know.
And
she didn't know either. But we know now. So Holly White, not my favorite. Don't know the situation, like I said. So
anyway, so the reading challenge, boom.
Anyway, so. Wait.
Oh.
Nikki, I wrote down Nikki Doll walked in the workroom and she had cool shoes, but I couldn't see them because of the captions on my screen. Because of the English. So they looked cool for like the split second that I got to see them, but I couldn't get any details. That was all. Okay, the reading challenge. Do you have any people that stuck out to you in the reading challenge?
One thing from each person, I think.
Okay.
So I have one read from each person that I have written down. And we're going to go in order.
Okay. I don't have something written for everybody, but I have certain things highlighted.
I was cracking up. So Miss Margaret went first. She called Miss Azamelia. She said, week 1, you felt like a fish in water, but you look like a horse in a barn.
I also wrote Azamelia, horse in a barn. And I also wrote down Sublime when she said, I'll answer for you. Merci. Which I didn't know. Yes, I didn't realize. I don't think Sublime has like anything with her mouth. I think they're just amping it up because of the teeth thing. But they all talked about her teeth.
Yeah.
To the point where Daisy was like, damn, these bitches are not letting up with her teeth. I'm also liking Daisy in the episode. I'm loving Daisy in her confessionals. I think she's so funny. She just seems like she's just cracking up every single time they cut to her. I think she's funny.
It almost felt like Sam Starr on the most recent US All Stars, where they're like all the reading challenge, the rap and roast, literally was like, you're really fierce, but you're in some old clothes. You're super fierce, but that's somebody else's outfit.
Yeah.
Damn, bitch, you're really talented and fierce and sickening, but that's your mom's outfit. That's what I felt like with this, where they were like, my read for you is you got dentures. Girl, did you know that you have fake teeth? Did you know that you have fake teeth? Did you know that your teeth in your mouth are fake? I can't say nothing else about you, but you have fake teeth. I was like,
boom. Which
hey, your teeth are fake. Boom.
It could be one of two ways when the reads go like that. To me, I'm either like, okay, this queen is so perfect, that's all they can do, that's all they can read, or she's boring, so this is all they can read. And I don't know. I think I'm swaying more than one way more than the other. Lana Kota. I wrote down a couple things. Okay, Lana Kota also had a read that doesn't make sense if you don't know French. So she said to La Harpy, she called her instead of active, she called her passive, which is French for bottom.
Right.
But because of this, like the subtitles, it said like you say you're really active, but really you're in the bottom or something like that. But it's active is top and passive is bottom.
I figured it was like a bottom joke because I think that's the same in Spanish. It's the same.
Mm-hmm. Just active and passive.
Yeah, so I figured it was that joke.
Passivo or something like that. Or that might be Portuguese. I don't know.
Because
But yeah.
Willem has this boy is the bottom, but then they have a Spanish version, and it's es una pasiva. So I was like,
es una pasiva. Yeah.
Es una pasiva.
Es una pasiva.
The only thing I wrote down for Miss Lanacota is the ending when she went to read Nikki Doll, and then Nikki said no. Nikki said, give them back. Give me the gossip. So that was all I wrote down.
Yeah. I don't know what this is about, but I wrote La Harpy versus Azemilia ?
La Harpy
Maybe
versus
they like
Azemilia?
read each other. I don't remember. Do you have anything written down for La Harpy?
Oh, I guess not. I wrote down my next one is Azemilia. My next one is Azemilia.
What did you write down for her?
The only thing I have down is that she called Lanacota E.T. That's it.
Azemilia was bad. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, she was bad. Fluffy, the one I wrote down was for Azemilia, where she's called her the unsolicited podcast for season 4.
That's so funny.
That was funny as fuck. That was very funny. Is that what you had written down for Fluffy too?
Yes, literally just calls Amelia the Drag Race France podcast.
Yeah, unsolicited, she said, which I thought was funny.
Oh.
Unsolicited. Because at first I read it, I thought it was like unofficial, but then I was like, oh no, unsolicited means like, yeah, we didn't ask for it.
Nobody asked, yeah.
Nobody asked.
The only thing next I have is Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote down that I didn't think the reads were super mean.
No, me either.
But they sort of like made it seem like she was being really mean to them. That's all I wrote down is just Daisy mean. Like, I feel like the vibes, they made the vibes seem like she was being just like really rude. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
I think the Fluffy one was the only one that it was like, okay, I've produced one roast before, and I've been in, including my own, I've been in 4 roasts. And sometimes when queens or performers in general don't know how to formulate and give a joke, they just say something mean. And I think like Daisy, so the one I wrote down was for Sublime. She says like, oh yeah, she's so good at burlesque, she drops it all, even her teeth. Which I was like, okay, that's funny. But then for Fluffy, she like turned to Fluffy and was like, you're fading away in the competition. You're really not shining. And nobody here cares about you. And if you went home today, if tomorrow we walked in the workroom and they said, Fluffy Bidule quit, I would say, who's Fluffy Bidule? I've never heard that name in my life. Okay, thank you, everybody. Like, it was just, I was like, that was the one where I was like, damn. She wasn't mean the whole time, but she had some good jokes. And then, yeah, she just would turn to people and be like, you're ugly and you're worthless and you're meaningless. And you don't have teeth. Like, it was, I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
You know what's crazy? That's like the 3rd time in the past, literally like 24 hours that the local roasts / like your roast have been talked about to me. I don't know what's going on. As at the Zephyr finale last night, people were making jokes in the dressing room afterwards, and they were referencing that like your roast and one of the roasts that Anadonia did. They were like referencing them to me, and I was like, I was there.
I guess I've also been a part of the Zephyr roast. I was the guest judge for the 2nd season roast, so I didn't roast anybody. But yeah, I've seen people who are not funny just go up and be like, anyway, here's pineapple. You're worthless. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, where's the punchline? Like, where's the joke? Where's the humor?
Yeah, it's like you could use that. You could take that comment and turn it into a joke, but you just said it as a comment. But like you just said it, like the way that you spoke, you just said it as a comment, so then it just sounds like you're just saying a statement.
Yeah. Wow. And then we have Holly White. who I think
You
had
said
some good jokes.
you said Holly's the one who's the bad.
No.
Who'd you say do was bad earlier?
Oh, the blackface? Yeah, Holly.
Okay.
Holly blackface.
Oh, that's crazy. Her name is Holly White.
She loves white.
I don't have nothing about that lady. I just wrote down that she won.
Oh, I had two written down for her actually. I thought La Harpy's much like a harpy, your talent is a myth. I thought I appreciated that.
That's funny.
And also I just wrote down that she finally called out that Lana Cora has a big head. Which I feel vindicated because I've been saying that since the bonus episode that she got a big head.
Big head. Oh
big
yeah,
head, big head.
Photo, she was looking like Little Miss Big Head.
Oh yeah. And then Little Miss Big Head, yeah. And then it was funny because so Holly White wins and Nikki Doll hands Holly White a case of toothpicks, and then Sublime immediately goes, "Thank God I didn't win."
Oh,
I
must not have caught that. That's funny.
She can't use the toothpicks. Okay, and then so congratulations, Holly Beige, and so Holly. Now, because she won the mini challenge, she gets to give out the roles. So,
wait, I have something in here before this, and I was just, I think it's about that segment. They brought out the guy who made the crown. It's all making sense now. Why they brought out the guy who made the guy who made the crown was brought out with the crown. It makes sense now because they stole it from the Louvre. It's all making sense. So I wrote down Sublime loves the crown being blue. She says, I have dentures, not contacts.
Okay, I just need to take a moment because Nikki's message to the girls literally was her being like, somebody stole the jewels from the Louvre and we're going to find them. Like, we're going to figure out who it is. And then they did a whole musical about the Mona Lisa being at the Louvre, and also this crown was there, and it looked like the crown that was stolen. All of that, and it's 2 days later, and you didn't know?
I didn't know that. I thought that she was just saying something funny that was going to be a lead up for the musical. I just thought that was it. I thought they were just making stuff up for the musical. To be like, somebody stole my stuff. Oh my gosh. And they're like, okay, the musical's about stuff being stolen.
Somebody took my Digivice keychain off of my keys. Can we get it back,
making up stuff. I didn't know that it was in relation to real life. When did this crown get stolen?
Like a couple months ago. I think I was in Boston because I was with the Queen, and she checked her phone and she said, somebody just stole all the crowns from the Louvre. Good for them. And I said, hey, good for them. Take it, bitches. They have more.
I did not know. I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah,
so this entire challenge was lost on me. You guys,
I don't even know if they ever recovered them or anything. I actually don't know.
Who's gonna tell me? Who's gonna tell me the crown got?
Nikki Doll, the source of all news.
What if I literally was like, who's gonna tell me the crown got stolen, and I just pulled the crown into frame?
I pull one of my teeth out.
Sibling be like,
I'm crowning. Yeah, sibling be like. This was a weird thing with the roles. Oh, do you have something?
Oh, I just wrote on that Holly got to pick because she won the mini. That was it.
Yeah, she got to give the roles out. It was like a weird thing with the roles because they didn't go over all of them.
Yes,
so
I did that too. Yes,
I kind of skipped this part because they didn't in the beginning episode with the verses. They went through each one and kind of okay, what's this one about? Who wants it? Who's fighting it? Like this one, Fluffy was like, I want to be Mona Lisa, and they said okay, and then it cut to them getting ready or something, and I was like, okay. So I'm not gonna lie, I skipped this part. I don't know if anything happened.
They only discussed 4 roles. Mm-hmm. And then they discussed
those are the ones I have written down.
They discussed the 4, and then they discussed the 1 role being swapped because Fluffy got Mona Lisa, Lana got Cop 1, Daisy was the museum director, and then Harpy got Cop 2. And then they kind of had a weird thing because Harpy and Daisy, Daisy wanted to
yeah.
No.
So Harpy, Daisy and La Harpy both wanted to be the museum director. Yeah. And La Harpy was like, I gave up. I think for the first episode, she gave up 2 different verses. So like the verse that she ended up doing, I think was her third choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she was safe, so it was fine. But she was like, I need to stick to my guns. And then Lana Coda turned to Harpy and said, wouldn't it be fun to do this together? And Harpy said, okay. And then in the
Yeah.
confessionals, Harpy was like, damn. Like, all it took was Lana to say, wouldn't this be fun? And I just immediately gave in, even though I was just saying I need to not do that.
Yeah. So they walked into the next day. They came into the workroom and they switched.
Yeah.
They switched.
Which I thought was nice. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I kind of worked out later for the one girl because I remember who did Daisy do okay? No, La Harpy.
Yeah, the Harpy was in the top.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Could
Spoiler.
you imagine if I had gotten this role and I ended up in the bottom?" She's like, after
Yeah.
fighting for it, she's like, "Could you imagine?" Which kind of made me chuckle.
I think we can skip for it, but I think so they were both in the top 3, Daisy and Harpy.
Okay.
Which I think Daisy, I think we'll talk about it in a second, but I think she was so good. I think she would have been really good at either role, but
Yeah.
I don't think La Harpy would have been as good as the police officer role as she was in the director role. So I think it was mutually beneficial. Because I think Daisy would have been in the top either way, but Harpy would not have been.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
some of the roles that didn't end up being discussed was like the security guard who sat in the back for half the thing.
Boring.
And then she popped out, but then I was like, no, that was my favorite song.
That was by far my least favorite. I thought they played in the face.
Did you did you watch any of them getting ready?
I
only have a couple of notes. I just wrote down as Amelia comes out as having psoriasis at 20 and she was talking about
I saw this.
her skin and stuff. Girl, you just told me you didn't.
Okay, well I lied, boom.
Okay. So then Margarita comes out as having anorexia when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were discussing that, and then Miss Daisy says she always fought body image too, and all the girls are sad and they're holding hands and crying. So good for her.
Which is why I skipped it.
And then Nikki Doll came out in the runway to introduce everything, and I thought she looked like lavender orange sherbet sorbet.
I said Nikki looks stunning, and then in parentheses I put purple to peach.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it looked really pretty. It just reminded me of
it was a cool palette.
A very soft, like pastel-y kind of gradient.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of a super soft pastel gradient, which is what it was.
She looked like a Canva background. But like sexy and French.
Are you ever Canva but in French?
She looked like La Canva. Oh my god, my teeth look so yellow. Okay, let's keep going. That girl from the news, she's like, I so pale. And then like we're on and she's like, today's top story. Yeah.
They were like, dang, I look kind of ugly today entirely. Like, we're recording. She's like,
yeah.
Today's breaking news. Can you guys believe that this is what happened? You're like, oop.
That's Holly when she uses her own foundation. She's like, I so pale. Anyway. Anyway, let's get into the musical. Yeah? Are you good for that, or do you have anything? La musique drag. La musique drag. The first person I think that kind of stepped on stage was Sublime, which I thought she did very well. I thought she was very funny. I thought she did this role well. I think there was a layer that maybe we couldn't understand with it because she to me had a very distinct accent with her lip sync. So I think maybe she was supposed to be more of like the French equivalent to like a Valley Girl or something. She had like really harsh R's. That, or I don't know if she was supposed to be like Southern style and like that was the joke. Sublime. She had a different accent than everyone else.
The influencer?
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, because I'm not French, I don't know if she was supposed to be like a Valley Girl style.
Yeah.
Or if she was supposed to be like a bumpkin and that was like kind of the joke was like she wasn't an influencer. I think French people, if you're listening, tell me, but I think it was more like that was like the Valley Girl, like the French Valley Girl
It just kind of
accent.
gave like generic like influencer. Like even
Yeah,
the way she spoke. I don't know if it was a specific area, but it just kind of gave like literally
yeah,
influencer
like influencer voice.
caricature of an influencer, but in French.
Yeah, yeah. But she had a standout accent. But I
Yeah.
thought she was really funny. I wouldn't have seen her in a role like this, because her drag is so like burlesque and like polished and like elegant. But I thought she was really funny. I thought she looked cute.
Her
The
song was
only
cute.
Yeah, the song was good. The only gripe I had was like in the song, it said something about like, isn't this dress cute or something? And she wasn't wearing a dress, which is so minimal. But she was wearing a skirt and like a tank top and like a blazer. And she wasn't wearing, I was like, if it's like, if I'm doing a song where
Yeah.
in the song it says like, I got my I got my red dress on tonight, and then I'm not wearing a red dress. It's like even if you're wearing red, it's like okay, but it's not a dress.
Well, I
So
did a
what are we
hotspot a few weeks
doing?
ago, and I did the Addison Rae song. She said my blue jeans. I wasn't wearing blue jeans. I had on black jeans.
Okay, well I wasn't there, and that was bad. So what do you want me
Well,
to say?
it wasn't giving red couch vibes. It wasn't giving red couch vibes.
It was giving up in the air on a table.
Can you insert the video?
Me at the last one. I'm not editing that in. I'm not editing that in.
I didn't even send it to you. I thought that was funny. Um,
It was funny.
this was kind of a gripe I had the whole musical, the whole music drag. But
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it for the first song, and then I was like, I'm just gonna remember this.
Mm-hmm.
These songs were too long.
They were very long.
They were long, and they're this is like an overall note. I think they were
Mm-hmm.
long, and there wasn't a lot of choreo. And I don't know if I'm used
Mm-hmm.
to the American, and even the last French one when it was like a
Yeah.
it was like a fairy tale, and
Mm-hmm.
they were doing like voguing. They were doing their set pieces were revolving, which their set pieces moved in this one a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but like not too much. Like the set pieces revolved, the set pieces all turned around like that old school, theater. They had choreo, the different groups had choreo. Even when they were doing group choreo, it was literally like very simple, and it was just like the two of you are gonna walk from here to there. Now you're gonna walk up stage, you're gonna walk back down stage, and you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna stay there, and then you're gonna like play patty whack, knick knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone, and you're gonna lip sync the song. That's it. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I was like in American ones, they're like, okay, so you're gonna have the two of you are the actual characters, and we're gonna have six background dancers come out, and you're all gonna do a giant dance number and also lip sync to it. This one, I just was like, and then I was like, because
Yeah.
the songs were long, there wasn't a lot of visual interest. They kept losing me halfway through like each song. I'd be like, okay, wrap it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
That's like
also
the
thought it I thought it was strange. I always think it's strange the idea to lip sync the entire music drag, musical, whatever it is. I'm like, I would rather them speak the lines and then maybe then lip sync the musical numbers. That's fine. But I'm like, it's just like you can't really control the pacing of it. It's like some of the words I think we're getting lost because if your lip sync for a monologue isn't super tight, like then it just looks kind of crazy. Um, which I guess is a challenge in itself. But it's just so much easier to just have them speak it, I think. But then it's also like then they have to learn it, but they kind of have to learn it anyway. You know what I mean? Because they have to get every word. I don't know. It's just like in a musical challenge where they had to just say it. If you said like if you skipped like one or two words in the script, but you were saying it live, it's like less of a big deal than if you don't get every single like little word in the lip sync, then you can immediately tell that you dropped like an A or an N or a two or a B or just some like words that don't really matter. I don't know. I thought it was weird.
yeah.
Um,
And if like you said, comedic timing, like they could write the musical to be funny, but then the judges might not laugh, and then
yeah,
or you just don't like you don't think it's funny that day. You're
yeah,
like okay, like, and then the audience doesn't laugh. But if you were to be
yeah.
speaking it, you could just keep going. Or if you're
Mm-hmm.
speaking it, you could stop and let them laugh. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't
you can
know.
control the laughter or like the
I don't
space
know
for
what the
which to laugh.
I don't know what the
Mm-hmm.
solution would be if you would make them do half and half or what, but
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways,
Whatever. Holly White comes out, and to me, I thought that she looked the only note I wrote down for her was she looked unconfident to me. Like she does this thing, and I talked about it in the last episode where her entire gymnastics routine, she wasn't looking at the judges and she wasn't like making eye contact with anybody. And that was what she did here. I thought it was funny that she came out with the microphone in between her boobs.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought I've seen this kind of character before that does like the news breakaway. They have them in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. There's like two news reporters that go to each of the kids in the musical, and they're always very funny. Um, in Chicago, there's like all those reporters that come and go, and it's just funny because it breaks up the sequence of the story. But hers just was like really unconfident and kind of like sloppy looking, if I can say that. Like she almost looked like she was like drunk. It just wasn't my favorite.
I thought it was kind of giving drunk reporter.
Yeah,
like I thought that was kind of the bit. Do you think that was?
But
not
she
part of
didn't
the
lean.
bit?
But she didn't lean into it enough.
Oh,
Like if
I
she
see,
would have
I
been
see.
like falling, or if she would have had like a flask, or if she would have like every time she comes on, her wig was like in a different position and stuff like that. Like you really have good, because like she had it different. Her and Margaret had it different than as Amelia, where as Amelia was on stage the whole time, just like in the background. She kept coming on and off, so she could have come on just kind of like whatever, and then like took a swig of something, and then come off, and then come back on and had like. Maybe now her blazer was buttoned and now it's open and her wig is like tilted. Or maybe her glasses are like, maybe she has glasses in her shirt and then another pair on. Like, or you know, like when your mom puts the reading glasses on their head and then they pick up another pair of glasses. Like that sort of thing. Like
Yes,
there was
that's
so many
funny.
things she could have done with like coming and going, but she kind of, also, she only had the one gag. She walked on with the microphone in, and then when she came back on, she just had it in her hand for the rest of the time. Like she just wasn't doing enough for me. So that was what I wrote down for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Perfect.
Uh,
Yeah.
she flop. Nah,
She
she wasn't
flopped.
flop. Was she flop?
She
I didn't really
flopped.
care to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a good week for her to have the golden baguette, I will say. Very good week for her to have it.
Yeah. I wrote down that I like the security song. I just wrote down security song love because
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of all the other ones were kind of like the musicality of the other ones kind of gave like ka 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 ka, and then
Mm-hmm.
hers literally was like a ballad. I
Yeah.
was like,
Which is
that's
fun.
it just tickled me. Where like she's in the back and then they're all like like this is happening and this is happening and nobody saw what happened and she's like nobody.
Nobody
Nobody ever
sees
asks
me.
me. Nobody sees me. Nobody wants to know what I know. But I saw what happened. But you never
Mm-hmm.
see me. So why would you ask me? I was like, oh my god.
Okay.
It just like
She was the
it.
esoteric Barbie.
She was the
Mm-hmm.
goddessa.
The Godessa.
She had her Dickiana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She
She was as
wielded the
Amelia Colby.
is
Um,
Emilia Dickiana Dupree. Yes, honey.
I just wrote for
Um,
Amelia. I think I liked the song. The song was fine. I think that she wasn't giving enough emotion or like movement.
I
Like
could
I
see
think
that.
to
I could see that.
me, yeah, it just wasn't. It didn't give enough to me. I will shout out Daisy and Lana, who I thought were so funny. They were slow dancing during Azamilia's solo, which I thought was so fun.
I
I
feel like
loved them the whole time.
yeah, they definitely
They pulled focus.
they leaned into the roles, which I think was really good because you
Mm-hmm.
definitely could just be they're sort of side charactery, like they're just kind of like comedic relief, which could
Mm-hmm.
go either really good or really bad because if you're not good at physical comedy, I feel like if you're the comic relief and you're not good at that, then you just look stupid
Yeah.
and like it doesn't what the hell was that? Like it doesn't look right, but
Mm-hmm.
they definitely I mean they cut away to them doing stuff, but they definitely were like pulling focus anyways.
Yeah, they
So
were very funny. Let's talk about them next. So Daisy and Lana, I wrote down so funny. I loved Daisy's. I loved the writing between the two of them, specifically Daisy's writing, where she's like, "I'm gonna use my big brain to deduce that like I think she came in and she was like, "Oh, I see where the Mona Lisa was, and I see her not there. So I'm using my brain. It was stolen." And then like Lana caught it. She's like, "Yeah, like you're so smart, whatever." And then Daisy literally, I think one of her things was like, "It was stolen, and I see people, so it must have been one of these people." I thought it was so funny. Also, Daisy, something about her in these little flip wigs with these little glasses and these little short outfits. I'm like, Daisy is hot as fuck in drag. Out of drag, she's hot too, but in drag, I'm like, oh my God. She is hot. In these like kind of like milfy roles, she looks stun in
I can
these.
see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
She had the booty shorts at the bottom of the butt cheek, right?
Yeah, or a little
That
skirt or something. It was like
yeah, yeah,
riding
yeah.
up. She looked
Yes.
good. And then last episode, it was when she was in like the lingerie and all that with the chair stuff. She's
Mm-hmm.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
I really like her. And I thought Lana was really funny too. Obviously, Lana. Skipping to the critiques, they said Lana got overshadowed. I disagree. I think Daisy stood out more, but I think Lana really held her own. Lana was playing it more of like she was funny, but she had more of like the straight man, which you need to make somebody else funny. If it's two clowns battling to be funny, sometimes that just gets too much.
Yeah.
So I thought Lana was funny on her own, but she just didn't have as much material and whatever as Daisy. Also, they read her for having those sunglasses on. They're like, "We lost your face." I did not get that. I thought it was so funny that she had these crazy sunglasses on, and I think it helped her look more of like the masculine part because she wasn't playing a man. She was playing a woman, but she was definitely playing like they were doing like a butch femme kind of lesbian couple situation, and I think it helped her like butch it up a little bit. To me, the like her outfit was kind of big, and then her hair, like she had her wig in like a ponytail, I think, or a bun, and then she had these giant glasses on, and like
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not her biggest fan, but I thought this was the best thing that she'd done was this character. I
I was
loved it.
wondering about the sunglasses, if that was like her choosing, or they gave them the outfits, I think. So I'm like, could you imagine
Yeah.
they gave her the sunglasses, like this is the outfit, and then in
Mm-hmm.
critiques are like, I couldn't see your eyes. Hey,
Yeah, I see that, but then it's also like she took them off at a certain point, so you could
yeah,
argue like she could have worn them on stage and then immediately like first line taken them off and put them somewhere.
yeah.
You know what I
I kind of
mean?
did like it though. I kind of did like
I
them.
liked
I feel like
it.
I kind of make it cool, made the character cool.
When we get into these critiques and these placements, I don't think I agree with any of the placements. So we'll get into it later. La Harpy, I thought was fun. I thought her performance was kind of flat.
Who was
Um,
she?
she was the director, and she was in it the whole time. And then Fluffy Bidul was the Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa smile.
I like that they had her speaking. They had her speaking in French with an Italian accent, and then they also had her speaking in Italian for some phrases, which I thought was fun because the Mona Lisa is painted by an Italian man. Who painted the Mona
Yeah,
Lisa? Vincent Van Gogh? No, Leonardo da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci, because it was the Drag Vinci Code was what the thing was
Yes, yes,
called.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes. The Drag
um,
Vinci Code.
the Drag Vinci.
You have more notes about the musical than I do. That's why I'm just kind of like,
I have one line for each person.
I didn't
So,
even do that. I just wrote down like,
oh,
director shows influencer museum. Influencer wants to be famous. Reporter. Security song love. Secret passage. Cops engaged. Mona Lisa replaced. That's all I have.
yeah.
You
I
have more than me. That's why I'm like, who's what doing what now?
uh, well, I'll wrap it up. Fluffy when she first started, I thought maybe she was doing a little much because the Mona Lisa is famously like stagnant. So I didn't love what Fluffy did when they first showed her, but then when they went to her room, I thought it was very cool and very good. And then I wrote down Margaret is funny. I thought this was the perfect role for her. I thought everybody's role was pretty perfect for them, but I thought Margaret was like, this was like the one for
Yeah,
her.
wait a minute. Now wait a
I thought
damn
it was
minute. Now wait a
so.
damn minute. Wait a
She
damn
was
minute.
so funny. She
That
could have done more,
yeah.
but she was so funny.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot about that. I forgot about that happening, and now that I forgot about that role happening, and now that I remembered, I'm mad because
Yeah,
because
she
that
was
was really funny, and it was such a random like they would be like, where there's like 6 people on stage and we're talking. Lights go down, spotlight
they
on
come back
her.
up.
She does
Margaret's there.
something, and then she's gone, and then everybody talking 3 more songs. Lights go down. She popped in, says like 2 stanzas of a song, then leaves again. You're
Yeah.
like, I was like, so she really wasn't in it too much, but I was like, definitely she leaned into that physicality. That could have also been really bad for her. I thought she did really good too, actually, but that could have been bad for her
Yeah.
because if she was not,
It would have
like,
been
if
so
you're-
forget. Holly White, who also had
Yeah.
that kind of like you come on, you leave, you come on, you leave, but hers was bad.
yeah, if you're not into that like comedy, improv-y kind of like something, you're just gonna like flop Tina. You're gonna be flop Tina Dupree.
Yeah, I didn't think Margaret was
Are
going to
you
win,
Puss,
but I
Puss
thought she was going
Magus
to be
or
in
you
the
flop
top.
Tina Dupree? Puss Magus, flop Tina Dupree.
Magus.
I don't know. That was the words on everybody's lips last night during critiques. Citrus kept being like, "Your outfit is so fierce. You're giving Miss Puss Magus." She said it like 4 times.
Girl, the girls in Pittsburgh love to just say, what onomatopoeia are we going to do?
So
Or
do you
alliteration. What alliteration are we going to do this week? And then
you
everybody
want
talks about it.
Puss Magus daughter or flop Tina Dupree son?
Bofa.
Both at
Um,
the same time.
all right, let's we all know these runways. So the runway
Wait.
theme.
Wait,
You just said you didn't have no notes.
wait. I did.
Did you write down a note right now?
Wait. No, I sound like a when you're trying to cross the crosswalk
Yeah.
and you push the button too. Yeah,
Wait.
and then you
Wait.
push it too many times. It goes wait until it goes.
Yeah.
I do like the concept. I like the way that they staged this, where she was the. I almost had my thought. Okay, so we had the wall. We had the set piece with the wall, with the painting,
Yeah.
which was the door to the inside.
The
but
underworld.
The underworld. The Underminer. I almost wanted them to have like a panel, like a stage panel with the frame. Then she's sitting behind it. And then you have the backdrop behind her. And then when she disappears, because then you can't see her legs. Because she was sitting in front of the door and you could just see her whole body. And I was like, well, the painting
Oh,
of the Mona
yeah.
Lisa is actually like within this frame, like it would be, she would just be here. But if you had, like, if you did it how I was saying, like you had the one panel with the frame and then she sat behind the frame and you can't see her legs. And then you have the backdrop of the Mona Lisa behind her and then she could just step out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wouldn't see her legs. But I do get that it was also another set piece that you wanted to just revolve and turn into a different thing. So, sure, I guess it depends on how you want to art direct this musical, if you're in the theater, you know? So, but I thought that was, in my head, another way that I thought would have looked a little better. To me!
Pour moi.
Anyway, so the outfits are fierce, outfits are
The
funky,
outfits
fresh.
are fierce and funky fresh.
Okay.
Okay.
Originally, I wrote down. I was half looking at the screen and writing, like I was like as it was playing, and I thought it said music night, and then they were all walking out as paintings, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
No,
I
museum night.
Yes, but I wrote down music night, and then literally the Sublime walked out and was like, I'm inspired by the girl in the swing, and I literally was like, what does that got to do with the song?
Is that like a Pink Panther song or something?
I rewound it and then it's a museum night. I was like,
Noir de musée.
Like that one Lord song says, oh,
Or wait,
oh,
Nuit.
oh,
Nuit de musée.
oh.
Thank you, Dr. Seuss. Okay.
Anemia last night said she said she said we love she's like, I love when you guys do that, when you guys are talking and then you guys just both stop talking and go, okay, so
All right. Thanks.
she was like, that's my favorite.
Thank you, Mother Goose. Okay. Sublime, first up, she was the swing. I thought this was beautiful. I think her makeup, the colors were a little light. I get that they were supposed to match, but it almost looked like she didn't have any makeup on, which they read Margaret for and didn't say anything to Sublime about. But Sublime
Because
was
they
safe,
hate
so they
Margaret,
didn't.
they hate Margaret, they hate
They
Margaret,
hate
they hate
Margaret.
funny girls,
Well,
they hate.
Sublime was also safe, so they didn't get to critique her.
Yeah.
And my only gripe with this, I thought it was gorgeous. My only gripe with it was she wasn't fully covered by the reveal. Like she kind of just had it over her, and then you could see her little feet. And then when she picked it up, it was gorgeous. But I don't know how you get around that. But yeah, she wasn't covered by the reveal. But I say oui.
It was fierce. I say we. I liked it. Obviously, when she came out in a black cape, I thought it was gonna be a reveal, but I thought like you could tell it. But then
Yeah. But
I
then like
liked
the
that
holding it up, it was fun.
I thought that was kind of I like that. It was like, well, I'm in my coat, and then it's like, well, the coat is actually the backdrop
Yeah.
instead of like
I thought
just
that was
taking
fun.
off the coat and being like, I'm in the outfit. I thought that was cool. Is Emilia once again? These people.
She was
This
John
is
Paul
just
Gooder.
yes. You are just giving John Paul Gooder.
Well, that's what she said she was given.
Stop. This is
Once
This
La
is
Grande
my.
Dame wore actual Jean Paul Gaultier style by Jean Paul Gaultier, your little striped knockoffs will never. You're giving John Paul Gooder. Okay?
This
Get
is.
John
I
Paul
feel like
Gooder off my screen. I'm not watching that.
I am like Michelle Visage with the freaking with the freaking
Marie Antoinette.
yes stop
I don't
stop
want
it
by the
no
sea.
more
Get
no
that out
more
of
John
here.
Paul Gaultier no more Jean Paul Gooder John Paul Gooder get enough although I did like the boat on her head.
Yeah, once she called out that it was a boat, other than that, it looked like she just woke up.
Oh
Once I saw it was a little, because it was like the boat, like the when you do the boat in the bottle. But
yeah
other than that, I didn't like it. I wrote literally for this, I wrote JPG, comma, not my favorite. I'm gonna say no,
no
no. She looked like the comforter set I almost bought at IKEA 2 days ago. It was blue and white striped, and I thought it was ugly then, and I thought it was ugly on her.
oh I want to go to IKEA. I've never been to an IKEA.
We can go. I like it. I went there very quickly, but it's like
Is there
not too
one?
far
Is there
from
one by
Pittsburgh.
you?
It's like 20 minutes away. Next time you're up here, we can go. It's fun. It's nice.
Somebody book me in Pittsburgh so I can go to IKEA. Somebody book me in Pittsburgh. I want to go to IKEA.
Okay,
Holly
the next
White.
one was Holly White. She had this like purple dots. I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool. I wasn't familiar with the artist. Well, okay, I was familiar with the artist once she said who it was, but I didn't place it. But I vaguely know this artist. She just like does all of her stuff. Just has like these dots.
Wait, I just remembered. I think that artist had like an installation in the Cleveland Art Museum. I didn't go see it, but I saw a lot of
I
photos
didn't
of it.
either.
I
Yeah.
think that's why I recognized it because
Mm-hmm.
when she walked out, I don't know why I was like, and then she said that name, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Yeah,
a lot
she
about her, but
definitely did.
that was my only reference is literally like her having him, he, she,
Her.
we, they, that, her having an exhibit at the Cleveland Museum, and then I remember seeing all the ads for it. Yeah, I wrote down
Yeah.
very cool thing on waist. Oh, that thing on her waist was a little spiky ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was like, that looks like Malawide's look from last week.
Maybe she left it.
Boom.
She covered it in
I
fabric.
mean, it just. I don't know if that probably not, but I was like, it's because
Yeah.
hers Malawide's was silver and that was like not silver. I forgot
Yeah.
what color, but I was
They're
like,
like purple.
it was the same kind of vibe where it's like
Like
a
a
ball.
burgundy, like a maroon.
It's like a burgundy. It's like the little ball on your waist, and then it has like spiky stuff. I thought it was kind of. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of fun and fresh and fierce, and also, so
Did you think it was kind of cool?
say crack again.
I'm gonna say we to this. My only gripe with this is I wish there was more on the head, because it was so structural and everything, and then the head just had one of those like flat fascinators on it. I wish there was like some sort of structure that kind of matched the structure that she had on the lower part. I thought that would have been cool to like really take it all the way up. But I thought it was very cool, and this is probably, I don't know. I was gonna say this is my favorite look she's done. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is my favorite look she's done. I'm gonna say B.
I pulled it up on the Instagram. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm gonna say we.
Okay. The next one, we have Daisy Suburbitch, and she was the Starry Night inspired. She wasn't the Starry Night. She did kind of like a pointillism inspired by Starry Night.
Who on Canada? No, what was it?
It was
Melinda
Gottmik
Verga.
Starry Night.
No, Melinda Verga. What did she say?
No,
what inspired? The big fight where she's like, this is fucking... Oh, this is Starry Night inspired. This is Vivienne Westwood inspired.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I believe you.
When she got into a big fight and she said that this is fucking...
Oh, no, I know she got in a big fight. I just don't remember why. I don't think I really ever cared why.
Because they said that it was kind of ugly and they didn't like it. And she's like, well, this is Vivienne... She said, this is Vivienne Westwood inspired. And they were like...
Which means she had a little skirt on.
They're like, it's not Vivienne Westwood, though. And she was like, well, no, because I made it as Vivienne Westwood inspired.
But you can't yell at me because I made it and you didn't make it, so I made it, but you can't yell at me because you didn't make it, I made it.
I like Daisy's... I wrote down a bodysuit. Which, just because I'm like... Sometimes they love to read the girls if you just put a bodysuit on. I thought it looked really cool, and they said it was hand painted, and like you said, the pointillism, the hand painted pointillism. I mean, that takes a lot of work. That's really fierce, but I know they love to read the dolls when they're like, "This is a hand painted bodysuit. I spent 1,000 hours doing this. I spent 1,000 hours stoning this, and you know,
I don't care ugly.
I can't believe." And then the judges are like, "It's a bodysuit though, so boom, bottom." You're like, "Oh."
I thought it was a very safe look. I just think everything else she's worn has been so stunning that this was kind of just like, ugh, this is what you brought. Her makeup was beautiful though. She had like a yellow in the inner, fading out to like an electric blue to like a navy blue. I think what could have saved this for me, it was kind of like a white bodysuit, I think, or like a very light colored bodysuit, and then all of the pointillism marks on it were very light colors, and like I think you needed more of the depth because the navy blue in her eye, I love navy blue, it's my favorite color, but the navy blue in her eye worked so well because it was such a bright yellow in the inner corner, and the yellow and the electric blue were on the bodysuit, but there were no darker tones than like that medium electric blue. And so especially when she first turned the corner, it was just all kind of like very similar light colors. And the Starry Night is like a dark painting. Like a lot of the painting is like a deep indigo navy blue. So I wish there was the contrast of colors a little bit more.
So do you think the bodysuit like base should have been like darker?
Yeah, or there should have been like at least navy blue in the pointillism. Like to what I saw, there wasn't any. Cause the whole like my mom, she has like those wall borders, you know, that go around the top of your wall in your room, and she has the Starry Night ones for some reason, and the rest of her room is literally painted like indigo to match that. Like it's like a dark painting. The painting is at night. It's called Starry Night, not Starry Day. So there should have been darker colors. But I thought it was safe. I just thought it was boring. I think I could do either we or no, but I love Daisy Superbitch so much I'm going to say no to this.
You just said that I love Daisy Superbitch so much that I'm going to say no?
Yeah, because everything else has been so phenomenal. This was just kind of like, girl, sure.
I was confused. I love her so much. No.
I love her so much, and I really hope she gets eliminated this week.
Yeah, it was cute. Lena Kota. She
was Louis the 16th? Louis the 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
Painted by Hyacinth Rigaud.
Yeah.
My handwriting is kind of scribble.
Okay, queen.
She kind of was living because he used to wear like makeup, and she was kind of living because he was like a king. Was he a king?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a man of makeup,
Yeah.
and that was, the olden days when we didn't have no Jimmy Charlie doing makeup palettes, so that was
Yeah.
kind of something fierce. Um, Marie Antoinette inspired kind of boo boo flop low key to me, but
I didn't
also
like it. And why does Lana Cotta always gotta be the boy?
that is
She
something I noticed.
always the boy.
If you're
She
gonna be
looked like
who's gonna be the girl?
who's gonna be the girl? She was giving John Paul Gooder in her fucking promo. She was just like the little
sailor
boys in
boy,
the tank
little
tops.
boy.
And then she was Elliot from E.T. And then she was Elvis. And then she was a butch police officer. And now she's King Louis the 14th. Like, she's just a man. And
Are
then she
you
looked
a
like Crystal
man?
Versace, who's the most masculine one of all of them. But yeah, I did not like this.
Don't let that don't clip that. You're gonna end up on going through something fierce.com Dupree.
And I am. No, I literally, this is all I wrote for her. Louis the 14th, shapes are weird. Wide shoulders, no hips.
You're kind of big. Yeah. With the big shoulder. Yeah.
But she's not. And here's the
she
reason.
looks 3 feet tall. She looks three apples
yes.
tall.
Here's the reason why I'm okay with saying this now, because this is not a critique on her body. This is a critique on the way the outfit was made. The outfit was made with huge shoulders and then a little tiny baby waist. And it just went out and then down. It could have easily have been made with like some sort of shape at the bottom or just not as huge shoulders, but I did like the shoulders. But I just thought all the shapes, like the shape of the outfit was weird. The shape of the wig I didn't like. Like I liked the curls and I really liked the color and I liked all of that. But it just was like when somebody called her a poodle, I was like, that's kind of what it looked like.
I was about to say,
she looked like a brown poodle.
I forgot they called her that, but I was going to say it kind of gave poodle.
Yeah, it was the exact same shape as the wig that Trixie Mattel wore for All Stars finale, and she was supposed to be a poodle.
Yes.
So I did not like this. I'm gonna say no.
Lana Kuta. I want to see the photo, but I can't get to her page. Lana Cooter. I want to see
Lana Cooter, John Paul Gooder.
Lana Cooter, John Paul Gooder. You know what? It's kind of. Did she do her makeup different?
She did.
She did her makeup a little different in the
She A1'd
in the photo shoot, or something's going on. Something's a little different. That she just looks like she's.
Now you see how she's holding her arms by her hips. You can't see that there's nothing there. She gonna blame it on the edit. I still don't like it. I'm gonna say no.
Actually, looking at it now in this, I kind of like the big cape. I like the big cape. It is kind of simple though. It's just the body. It's like all white bodysuit. Not bodysuit, but that middle corset thing is white. The white socks. I know that's the vibe. That's the tea. But also like,
it's not.
It's no.
No. Okay, let's move on to Margaret.
Oh, you
Margaret.
I gotta find some tweets. Did you see those tweets from the designer
Of Margaret's outfit?
Yeah.
No.
You talk about it, and then I'm gonna pull these tweets up.
So Margaret was inspired by water lilies, which I'm familiar with this painting. I did very much enjoy that the moment she stepped out, I could tell what it is. Which that was nice because some of the other ones I was like, okay, I don't really get it. And then once they explained it, I was like, oh, okay, I see what they did. I thought the outfit was fine. I thought the makeup, yeah, like they said, was a little bit light. She kind of didn't look like she had much on because of the pastels. And I said that her wig was, to me, the nail in the coffin. That wig she was wearing was crazy. It looked wet and dry at the same time. It was insane. I was like, I don't know what happened with this. So I personally am gonna say no to this one. No.
Wait, hold on. He posted this photo of the outfit.
Okay.
It says, so small explanation for the this is translate for the uneducated and to prove to you that everything is voluntary. We left on a storytelling of Margaret Venus invited tonight at night to Giverny, tears off the canvas and makes an outfit. The flowers are all crochet, so the web that remains apparent on the seams is on purpose. The edges are frank and brushed to give an effective tearing of the canvas. Let me translate this page as well.
Oh, so it was supposed to be like she ripped the painting down, but she didn't explain it.
Here, the outfit has no effect on the main stage compared to others who have a huge wah effect, but there is work, deliberate choices, and a lot of work in a short time. So let's start more from the principle, and if Drag Race France gave drags more time to think about their outfits with the creators, maybe we would avoid this kind of reaction. And then they continued to explain the outfit on Twitter. So that was like these photos probably from like the Instagram story, their Instagram story, like screenshotted, like custom shoes, custom all this stuff, and then they posted.
Oh, the shoes were pretty.
They posted. The shape is inspired by Rick Owens. The flowers are inspired by Chanel's camellias. The paint on Marnie's dress, the vines are there to signify the willows in the original painting. So there's research and work involved. It's just not for Daphne Burke, yet these are the references. So they were like, everything was intentional, and we have this explanation of everything, and this is why, but you guys just like don't get it.
Okay, but here's the thing. If I went on Drag Race and I wore a tube dress that was black and it had a yellow triangle and a red circle and a green square and a blue diamond and all, just like random patterns, and then I wore like, and it looked crazy, but then I was like, oh, but the yellow triangle is actually a warning because trans people are being attacked in America, and then the blue diamond is signalizing that I want money and riches and like it doesn't really matter. That thing is ugly. And also, you have a kind of a time. You have time. You could have said, like, if they said, "Oh, it looks unfinished," you could say, "Well, it's supposed to be ripped from the thing," and then maybe they would change their mind. Maybe they wouldn't. But it's like what we saw, you didn't say that. So,
yeah, I kind of liked it, but I think the fabric choice of it having that canvasy look just doesn't look as glamorous as they want. I feel like this is an issue. I have this issue sometimes with the people who it's almost like soft sculpture-y in a way, where it's like this is canvas and then this is like yarn and knitted fabrics and this, and then it's like, but then someone next to you is standing in like sequin outfit, and it's like, okay, so in a traditional drag sense, even if you made the whole crochet outfit by hand and you have it down to the floor and it's like crazy yards and yards of yarn, they might just like this more simple like sequin outfit just because like it's more drag. I think it's just like a material issue. So I kind of liked it, but I'm like the material issue of like where they're like,
to me the outfit was not my favorite, but it was fine. But it was the makeup choice and the hair choice that I was like, this does not go anywhere.
I can see that.
I'm gonna say no.
I wish I could pick an in between of yes and no. So I'm just gonna. Is there an in between?
You don't gotta say nothing. All right, we got La Harpy.
I chose to plead the fifth.
We got La Harpy's Andy Warhol's Marilyn pop art dress. This was perfect. Everything about it was perfect. Her shape was perfect. Her hair was perfect. The body makeup was perfect. The outfit was perfect. Her little like almost Mars Attacks little like tiptoe walk was perfect. The nails are perfect. I think she had like a bag or something she was holding. I think maybe was she holding like a soup can or something? I can't remember. But that was like everything about this was perfect. I thought it was stunning and gorgeous, and I loved it. I'm gonna say we.
Oh, I liked it. Sorry, I was trying to find a tweet that I saw earlier, and then I was reading the replies, and somebody actually was like, "Oh, the translation, like the Twitter translation, like mess up your tweet," and they're like, "Oh, that's not what I meant." So I was gonna read a tweet to you, and then that's actually never mind. The tweet literally somebody posted the video of Harpy walking, and it says, "La Harpy who uses her runways to talk about colonization, genocide, and now capitalism and sexual objectification." The tweet says the translate says really changes nothing, my dear. And I was gonna be like, oh, someone tried to gag this queen, and then actually somebody was like, wait, I'm confused. Like, what do you mean? And then they said, oh no, a better translation would have been keep it up, my dear. So this person actually liked the outfit and her using all of
Yeah.
her like random runways to be like, this outfit I'm inspired by Marilyn Monroe by Andy Warhol with the soup.
Yeah.
Anyway, so screw capitalism and screw objectification and screw this. And it's like, okay, I thought they were trying to gag her and like, but and drag her, but then actually no, it was the opposite. Which I
Love.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree that it's fierce and I agree, and that's kind of what Andy Warhol's all about. And using, even the soup cans is just it's 6 photos of the same soup can. It's like, okay, it's soup can. But also, he's like, well, why are you buying the photo of the soup can of a brand that you guys know, and I'm making all the money off of the branding and the branding when we make real art, nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism. What are you gonna do?
I mean, no to capitalism, but we to LARPy.
Wow, pineapple loves capitalism. Clip
We
it.
don't know.
I was we.
Oh. Okay, last we have Fluffy Bejeweled. She was Angel of the Hearth.
This
I
is
thought this
cuckoo.
was very cool.
This
It was cuckoo.
crazy.
I didn't gag the way that the people gagged, but I thought it was fun. I did not get the reference.
Gang on it.
Gag on it. I didn't get the reference, but I thought it was cool, and I appreciate that the mask opened and it was rhinestone on the inside. I thought that was fun, and her face just looked gorgeous.
I did not know the reference, but I immediately, as soon as she said the reference, because some of them I knew, Star Night, Andy Warhol, but as soon as she said the reference, I literally pulled it up on my phone, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Like,
Love it.
that
Love
lady
to see
looked
it.
just like that. That lady
She
looked
looked just
just
like
like
it.
that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Fierce. I loved it. I
Oui.
said oui.
And I like the different use of the materials, because it was like all the pants and the shirt was all made of different stuff, and it wasn't traditional draggy in a sense, and it was all that like it looked like that, but it didn't look bad. I feel like some of those fabrics could have looked bad, but the way that they were intermixed between each other, and nothing was like sparkly draggy, but it was still like crazy. The only sparkly draggy was the inside of the mask, which perfect, amazing. No notes.
You know what I'm
next.
just realizing? Fluffy Bejewel in the challenge and on the runway was two different paintings that like stepped out of the painting. Because her opening was like the backdrop to this painting, and then she like crawled out of it. So I don't know. I
That's
loved
kind
it.
of cool. Kind of a fun unintentional through line.
Yeah. Oui. Okay. The judges talked. I didn't listen to what they had to say because I was like, they're gonna tell us anyway.
They said that Sublime and Emilia were safe.
Sublime and Azemilia were safe. And then Azemilia says that she could have seen herself in the top with Holly White. And I said, baby, you need new contacts if that's what you saw. Because that was never going to happen.
The judges told Holly that she's putting too much pressure on herself. And they were like, we can see it. They were like, you're really good. They were like, you're experienced, but we can see that you're putting too much pressure. They told Daisy amazing makeup and runway and amazing musical. They loved her. Lana, they said sexy runway, but you were overshadowed.
I did write down Lana Gora. Once she realized she was in the bottom, she had this moment where she was like, I'm really sad. And then they cut to her confessional and she said, I'm really sad that Margaret is going to have to lip sync against me. I said,
Gaggy.
Okay. I thought they were
Gaggy.
setting her up, to be honest. I thought Margaret was going to destroy her. But yeah, so Sublime and Azemilia were safe. We announced that the top 3 were Daisy Super Bitch, La Harpy, and Fluffy Bejewel. And the winner of this week is Fluffy Bejewel. Is that who you thought would win this week?
To be honest, for me, it was either between Fluffy or Margarita.
I'm not going to agree with that. I thought Sublime had a really good shot. I was shocked that she wasn't in the top. I think that La Harpy's runway definitely put her in the top, so I do agree with that. Daisy, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I agree with the top 3. If I were to pick the winner this week, I could have seen it going to Daisy, but that runway was just really boring. So I do understand why I went to Fluffy, and I'm happy for her.
You said
She's
Daisy
one of
or
my
who?
favorites.
Daisy, Fluffy, or who?
I said
Daisy.
Daisy, Fluffy, or Sublime.
What the heck was Sublime wearing? Oh,
She was the swing.
that was the cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah,
La
yeah.
Harpy, I think in her musical she did fine, and because she was in it the whole time, doing fine is like good because at least like she had the biggest job of anyone. And then her runway was absolutely my favorite, the Marilyn Monroe pop
Mm-hmm.
art one. So I'm like, okay, I understand why she was in the top. Um,
That was
yeah,
fierce. That was fierce. That was a really good take. I really like that take on Andy Warhol because I feel like sometimes Andy Warhol
mm-hmm.
stuff gets it. We do it a
We've
lot
seen
as a
it. We've seen
yeah.
it.
The people reference it like so much. So
You
to
have to do it
reference
perfect
it,
like that.
yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was a good yeah.
Yeah, I think Andy Warhol was from Pittsburgh.
I think
Because we
so.
have the Andy
You have
Warhol
the music.
Museum, and
Yeah.
there's a Warhol Bridge. There's like 3 bridges, I think, named after people from Pittsburgh, and it's Rachel Carson, Andy Warhol, and Roberto Clemente. They're like the 3 bridges that are like right next to each other.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the bottom 3 are Holly White, Lana Cora, and Margaret. Do you agree with this? I disagree with Lana Cora controversially being in the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. I would have put Azemilia in the bottom, but I was not judging. So,
I feel like there could be a case made for there could be a case made to swap multiple people around.
yeah. I just think I didn't like Azemilia's or Lana's runway, but I liked Lana's performance and I didn't like Azemilia's. But you liked Azemilia, so maybe I just didn't get it. So I there could be a case for either. It's really not a big deal. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know,
But
but
Holly White
Miss
and Margaret, or Holly White for sure was in the bottom.
but she had the Miss Holly had the baguettes. She had the
The
bread.
baguette.
And she was smart and
She
took
got her
herself
bread
off
up.
and she didn't use it. She didn't use it for nobody else. She said, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
myself off, so good for you, Miss Holly White.
Good for you, Holly White.
Good for
And
you, Holly
hopefully,
White.
oh wait, never mind. I was
Oh.
gonna say something that doesn't make sense. Good for you, Holly Beige. Good for you. We get at least one more episode with Miss Holly, Holly Ebony. And then so the bottom 2 are Lana Cora and Margaret. The lip sync, I know. The lip sync is Le Sens de la Vie, which is like the feeling of life, I'm pretty sure. Um, the only thing I wrote down about this lip sync was that I said the song sounded like French Zoe 101. It was very like
It's a cute song.
Nickelodeon sitcom. It was cute. It was very iCarly intro to me.
I like some of these songs that they've been playing. I want to put them on my. I'm gonna wait for the whole season to drop, and then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go on Spotify, and ppeople put like the Drag Race France season 2 lip sync
Like
songs, and
lip sync, yeah.
I'm just gonna find the playlist, and I'm gonna listen to it because they're cute songs. I like them.
Every time there's a good lip sync in French or French speaking. So like when they did the Canada lip sync that was English and French. Without a doubt, somebody texted to me and goes, "You would eat this up." Most of the time, it's comatose, but it's also been other people. And it's just any time that they do a French song, they're like, "You would eat this," and it's just random songs. Just the fact that they're in French, they're like, you should do this."
I texted the girl. I texted the girl named Jack a Cat's Eye medley the other day, and I said, "Sister,"
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
she would eat that for
I
sure.
was.
Though.
It was a Cat's Eye. It was like a 8-minute mega mix as if they performed it at Coachella or something, and it was really cute. And
Love.
I listened to it at the gym, and then I texted it to her like the next day, and I was like, "This is fierce." She said, "This is really fierce," and I have watched this before. I said, "Oh."
Oh, well, bring it to the runway, runway.
Oh, anyway, so
We get a lip sync. That is fine.
yeah.
Do you have anything to say about it other than it was just fine?
I don't have any notes on it.
Literally, me either. I have the name of it. I have that it sounds like French Joey 101, and then I have who won.
Yeah, I just wrote down Marg Alim.
Yeah. Yeah, Margaret is eliminated. Lana Cora is safe. I think this lip sync was fine, so either of them could have stayed or gone. But
I
I'm
wrote
sad to see
down.
Margaret go. I liked her.
I wrote down another one of my picks eliminated. LMAO.
I know you like. I feel like every time we do an episode, you're like,
Oh
I'm
my
like, so
god.
who do you want to win? You say Malawit, and then the next episode I go, okay, so Malawit was eliminated. Who do you want to win? You say Margaret, and this I'm about to say, so Margaret was eliminated. Who would you like to win?
Whoever I pick, I literally have not read any spoilers for this season. I don't know anything.
Me either.
Sometimes I will read them like the US spoilers like right after it comes out, and then I forget about it later, and then I watch it and it's as if I never read it. This I genuinely never read any of it because I wasn't even sure how much I was gonna keep up with this season, like by watching it. So I was like, it's not really gonna matter. This is horrible. This is horrible for me. This is horrible for me. This is
another
bad.
week of me being mediocre.
Yeah. I feel like that clip of Miss Cracker when she got eliminated, I feel completely devastated right now. That's how I feel. Because why do you guys keep sending my people away?
Wait, who was the girl that got eliminated and she was like, do you want me to smile?
I don't remember.
Oh, Tatiana. When they gave her...
Oh, yeah, when they were doing
They gave her the thing and she was like, do you want to do it again so I can smile? Okay. Yeah, Margaret. I came around to her, so I'm sad. But I think, honestly, I've said this for a lot of them because they're all so good. Margaret, I think Margaret, I don't know her English proficiency. I would love to see her on, like, Global All-Stars or, like, one of the Versus the Worlds. Like, I think she would be so fierce on one of those. I don't know. Like I said, she didn't really speak English much, so I don't know. I think that's a factor. They have to like all speak English. But I think with this, once she gets some money from this and can like put more costumes together and has more time, I think she's gonna be fierce. So I'm a fan of hers now, even though I was harsh on her. But yeah, so episode 3 is done. Episode 4, we're doing Snatch Game, which is going to be very tough for us to critique next week because we're not going to know who the hell these people are doing and what these jokes are, but we're going to do our best.
I saw something in the
Oh, The Fifth Element.
Isn't somebody also doing Nikki Doll?
Oh, I don't know, but I hope so. Let me cross my fingers.
I literally thought that. Me too.
Well, it's over.
I don't know.
Well, Max, I thought I saw. Well, Max. Margaret was eliminated. So who do you believe is going to win this season of Drag Race France Season 4?
I feel like Daisy's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Harpy's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I threw the notebook behind me for dramatic effect, but let me get the notebook. Hold on.
Okay. And while she goes, I'm gonna talk. To me, para me, my favorite, and I think is gonna win. I am team Daisy Super Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's so funny. I think she's so talented. She's done like everything well. I think she was in the top for the first episode, and then she won the second episode, and then she was in the top for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's very charming. I think she's very polished. I think she's interesting. I like her a lot.
I think 3. I don't know. I hope whatever. I'm afraid now to say anything, but I think the top 3 for this week definitely I can see at the end. Yeah, I could see Harpy, Daisy, and Fluffy all at the end. I feel like they are all really good. I feel like Fluffy finally found her like footing within the competition. I feel like she was a little shaky at first.
Mm-hmm.
Just nothing crazy, but you know, you can tell like a little something's like a little like off. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the other 2 are really, really fierce. And every week, yeah, I think they've been doing good, and I see them at the end. And now next week, when there's a triple elimination and they're all eliminated,
what are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna go to one of those 3 bridges that you listed off in Pittsburgh.
And you're gonna jump off one for each of them.
I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna get up in Susie 2 drag, and I'm gonna bungee jump off 2, and then I'm gonna go and look like myself and just jump off the 3rd. No bungee.
Okay. Oh, no toot. All right. Well, I'm excited for next week to see who the hell is in the French Snatch game. If you are following along, we are excited, and all of our links and everything are in the description. But other than that, I think we're good.
I was out and about last night, and I had like 3 people tell me that they've been listening to some of this and like watching some of this. And I don't know if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, but thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, je t'aime.
Smoochies.
Bisous.
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 Bisous. Bisous.
And I'll be in drag next week, maybe. Okay. Love you.
Should I put on the white face paint? Should I get in full drag for this?
Holly White be like, okay, goodbye.